one. Hello. Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast. Eddie Zamora, aka the Yum Yum Foodie, and with the very lovely 80s slicked back hair is Miss Megan Elizabeth. Hi, Megan.
Hey, I sound
All
like
right.
shit.
Well, let's clarify that Megan it
We
did
almost didn't
not just
record this week. By the
we
way,
almost didn't
people.
record this week. And yeah, this is probably like the quickest turnaround we've done because we're literally recording this morning and this episode will
Yeah,
be live at midnight. Um,
yeah.
yeah, but I just want to clarify that Megan does not sound like this because she was being a mess. She
It might have
Megan,
been. I don't know.
I mean, all right, you know what? I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. Fuck
I
it. All
know,
right,
I
I don't know
know.
what you did,
Thanks.
Megan. Megan has bronchitis,
Yeah.
but at least it's not COVID.
No, and I thought it was. So I get sick sometimes a lot. I had COVID. I think with teaching middle school, I have a really good immune system, or I did. So when I got sick, like I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I'll just push through it. This was worse than COVID for me. So it started last Wednesday. I had a sore throat and then it kind of went away. And I was like, oh, just one day of sore throat. That's fine. Then Thursday hit and I was like, holy shit, like this is like sick. So I took 2 COVID tests, negative on both. Friday started feeling a little better again. I didn't do anything, like didn't go out Friday or Saturday. I was waiting for football Sunday. I was like, I'm gonna go have a beer on football Sunday, budgeted out. I went football Sunday to watch my Broncos play. Within the first fucking quarter, dude, I was like, I'm dying. Like I can't make it. Which is
Yeah,
rare
when
for
you know
me.
you feel bad if you're at Buffalo Wild Wings and you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, sir? No fireball today.
No, I tried one fireball and I was like, I can't do this. So I
Yeah,
went
if the
home.
fireball literally feels like fire going down your throat and it's not the whiskey, chances are you need to get your ass home. You're
Yeah,
done.
yeah, it was bad. And then I woke up Monday. I woke up yesterday when we were supposed to record, and I like died. I was like, I didn't have a voice. So I went to the doctor. They said I had bronchitis, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, at least I know what it is. And they gave me some cough medicine. That's all you can really do because antibiotics don't work really for bronchitis, from my understanding. So today I woke up feeling better. I think I just needed like a full day of rest, and I didn't leave bed yesterday. So I feel much better
Well,
today. But that's
good. Well,
me
you
though.
look rested.
I'm gonna push it. You know me. I'm like, hey, let's record a show.
Well,
Anna's like, will you
you know,
chill out?
I yes, and at the same time, I'm glad you like pushed through because that's it's good to be able to do that. Obviously, you sound good, at least good enough
Yeah,
to be able to do the
better.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, Megan for Megan to be like, I can't speak.
Or for me to be like, I can't drink.
That's also a valid point.
Two
You can't,
giant things.
can't speak or can't drink. Because I was like, Megan, I'm gonna take you out. And Megan's like, I don't feel. I'm like, wait, Megan, you don't have to pay for this, right? She's like, no, I don't feel well. I'm like, wow.
I
I'm like,
know.
what did I do to piss Megan off? No,
And
she
on top
actually,
of it, we were gonna do, like, we were supposed to record Thursday when I really started
yeah.
feeling it, and you were gonna come over and you were gonna do a wine tasting, and I was like stoked for it, and I was pissed. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
we're
can't.
gonna yeah, and the wines were really good. But
Shut
it is
up.
called Kill the Bottle Podcast. As you can tell,
I'm
Megan's not
I'm
killing any
killing a
bottle.
water bottle.
It is early in my day, and I drank some last night, so I'm taking it easy today. I'm just drinking some Coca-Cola Zero. This isn't a commercial for Coke. It's just literally what I had in my fridge here in the back bar in the packing room. So I didn't feel like going back in the house and finding water. So I'm drinking a little Coca-Cola Zero. Megan, for you, Coke or Pepsi?
I don't. Neither one. I can't
Did
choose. I won't do it. I won't touch it.
did you ever like it as a kid?
Nope.
Did you like any
Nope.
soda as a kid?
Nope. I don't blame my mom for this because it's the science that's come out later. But my mom drank like, a million Diet Cokes a day for a very long time, and got kidney stones, and I'm pretty sure it was from that. And
Yeah.
working for Vinnie Tortorich and working for Anna and learning about the sugar and all that stuff and how terrible it really is on your liver, no matter if it's Coke Zero or whatever.
Mhm.
It just never appeals to me. So even at restaurants or mixing drinks, it's always soda water or water. And I've always kind of been that way. Even as a kid, I really didn't drink soda. My dad's a dentist too. Let's throw that in there. So like the
Yeah.
sugar and all that shit, he didn't let us. We didn't get the cool candy and all that stuff. It was always no, and we had to get sugar-free gum. all the time. I couldn't have the cool bubble tape like all my friends had.
I cut out soda pretty much early. I mean, obviously I'm having some right now, so I didn't cut it out completely, but for the as much of it as I had in my life, in my early 20s, I think is when I started to like become more present to that and, you know, cut down on crappier food and start to eat a little better. I mean, I still will treat myself because there is few things if for, you know, for you folks who have never been to like a Mexican food truck or a taco truck here in LA or honestly anywhere in the States, when you go to like that taco truck, there is something about drinking that glass bottle of Mexican Coca-Cola with your tacos, no matter which tacos they are, that just make them taste that much freaking
That's
better.
what everybody says.
I,
Everybody says that.
I'm a Coca-Cola guy. That's what I as a kid playing football on the street. There were two things you drank from. You drank from the green water hose in front of your house. You just turned on
Yep.
the hose and you drank from the hose and went back out and played.
Yep.
Or I would run in and get the 2-liter bottle of Coke and drink probably 3/4 of it, lay out the biggest burp you ever heard, and then just go back out and keep
Yeah,
playing
I bet
football.
you did.
I still
bet
do it
you
before
did.
every show. I have to belch. It's a weird
Well,
tick.
I guess, you know, when I was sick or when I am sick, sometimes I have a craving for Sprite just for my stomach. I think for some reason, I think my mom instilled it in me that Sprite.
What about ginger ale?
I
do
didn't
like
do
I like
ginger
ginger
ale,
ale.
but I'm
I
sure
like
I'd
ginger
like
beer,
it.
ginger ale.
Yeah. You know what? I just read this on a social media post. Sorry, I'm a little foggy. Water. It's so funny because in LA, like I didn't know when I first came out here, like you don't drink the water out of like the faucet in LA. And now coming from Colorado where the water is like, you know, fresh from the mountains, like when you go from Colorado to like to Nebraska to Texas to California, you do know water. And someone posted about something knowing like Coloradans know good water, and it is good water. So that's one thing I miss about Colorado, which I never say, is the good water. You can just go straight. You can go straight from a hose in Colorado. It's fresh. It's delicious. It's amazing. It makes me sad.
I mean, I don't know about now in Florida. When I was a kid, because most of the bedrock in South Florida is limestone, which is this porous rock that kind of filters the water.
Mhm.
And you know, most people in South Florida, at least, you can't dig past X amount of feet without hitting water. It's just the whole underground of Florida is water. And now I don't really like the taste of the water from Florida, but I don't know if it's any good or not. I got kind of spoiled because there's a water place right by my house that sells the alkaline water like really inexpensive. And that's become like now that's my go-to. That's what my dogs drink. That's what I drink. Speaking of dogs, I did get a puppy. I've sent you pictures. You haven't met him yet. His name is Desi, and yes, he drinks alkaline water. Anyway, he's
Yeah.
he's
Well, that's what
he's
I
a
learned about the water is
yeah.
when I took Lily to the vet. They were like,
Mm.
she had like higher levels in her liver or something, and they said, is she drinking filtered water? And I was like, it's me. I'm like, for my fucking dog, no, she's not drinking filtered water. And they're like, no, you have to. And I was like, oh shit. So
Wow.
that was something because it was affecting her blood and the minerals and the
Yeah.
chemicals
I mean,
and
it makes
everything in the
sense. If it
water.
affects
Yeah.
us, it affects them, right?
So then I was
Sometimes.
sitting there telling them like, well, I drink the normal water. So that's when I went and got a filter and everything that you have to get. The things
So
you
now when I
learn.
go to your house, you're gonna have like a Brita or a
I do have a
zero
Brita. I've
pure.
had it. I've
Good.
had it since I learned that with Lily, and poor Lily, I had to start filtering all her water. Oh, with good, well, real good it did on her liver levels, being that
Yeah.
that's probably what she died from.
Like guys, stay vigilant, man, because I was in Miami recently, and I keep sharing this episode of the podcast, but I was a guest on a show called Pan Con Podcast. A Michelin star chef by the name of Mike Beltran in Miami, good friend of mine, and I was lucky to be on his show, and he's going to eventually be doing our show. I'm super stoked about that because he's one of the people I think is doing innovation down there in South Florida, but repping the hometown right. But man, I got sick on my plane, and I was
You have a
petrified because
tendency.
I went down to go see my dad, and my dad has more he's like, he checks more boxes for illnesses, than like the country of India. And my dad, like, I was scared shitless to get my dad sick, right?
Right.
So I get down there, I overexert myself, I land, I do the podcast, I drink until the wee hours. Oof, I drank a lot that day. And then a couple days go by and I start to feel ill. And man, I thought it didn't feel like COVID because, I had COVID, but I had the first round of COVID, and I'm assuming it evolves, it changes your
You're an
symptoms can change.
OG.
I'm an OG before vaccines. And man, Megan, it kicked my ass. And I was
Yeah.
so scared to give this to my dad. I tested a bunch of times and no, I just had a terrible, terrible cold.
Yeah,
You
now
know, it
we
was like,
live in this time of, oh my God, but it's almost like it's to the point where why even unless you're around someone sick like that, like it's like I'm not going to test anymore because it's just it is what it is. It's like a cold now, and it's a really bad cold for some people. But I'm
I
glad
mean,
we're there. But I'm just
yeah.
done. I'm done testing. Like I'm
Well,
like,
I had I recently got my after getting over the cold, I got the booster for the latest variant because two of my dearest friends got it. Not the
mhm,
booster, they got the latest variant, and this was their second time getting COVID. Sorry to be yapping about COVID, guys. But it just like it trashed them for a
yeah,
couple weeks.
that's why I
And the
thought this
first
was COVID.
yeah, the first time they got it, it didn't have that same effect. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get this booster and be good. Just
Right.
as good as I could possibly be, right? Because I could still feel crappy, but chances are I would feel exponentially worse if I didn't get it. Before getting your ass sick, I see you've been cooking a little bit. I
I
was gonna
did
bring
cook.
Megan food, and she made fun of me and said pork, and I was like, fuck you. I was bringing you vaca frita, some badass like shredded beef.
Oh wow, I thought it was pork. I can't speak
No,
Spanish. Oh.
vaca. Oh,
I was like, oh, typical. You know. I so the LA Food Bowl's been going on. And it's a month-long event put on by the LA Times where they just have a bunch of food events. And I'm broke as shit. So, I'm I what I did was plan it out to go to some events, but to go to like the free ones or to go to some that are on a budget. And I blogged about it, and you can go to meganthemess.com and see the blog. But I know that there's single people out there that don't have a lot of money but are foodies.
yeah.
And so I'm trying to kind of help and appeal to that. And it's the first time in my life I'm really starting to budget. And so I've been doing that. And I went to a cookbook release on Monday at the restaurant Zet, I believe it's called. And I met the cookbook author, Odette Williams, who's going to come on our show. And she has, and I'm not a huge, proponent for pasta and bread, but she has a book called Simple Pasta out right now, and we'll talk about it later. But she
I
makes
love
it,
pasta and
I
bread.
know she makes homemade pasta in this book, and she gives you tips and tricks that actually, like, for the first time I successfully made pasta, and it was so cheap. I didn't have to go anywhere. Because it's just flour and eggs, and I had that.
Yeah.
And then one of the recipes just required like peppercorns and butter.
Oh, you made
And
a cacio pepe?
yes, that was it. And it was
Yeah.
like I didn't have to go anywhere. It was cheap, and
Oh,
it
and when
was
cacio pepe is done right, it's spectacular.
so good. It
And it's the
was so
simplest
good.
dish ingredient wise, but it's also a very challenging dish to perfect.
Yeah. And then so then I went to there was a free party at a sushi restaurant called Shibumi. I'm sure you probably heard of it.
I've heard of it.
But
I haven't been.
I went when I first moved here because it was on Jonathan Gold's list. And I went, and I remember not being like, I was like, this wasn't that great. I didn't get good explanations. I did the chef's menu and I felt like I didn't get, a great experience. So when they were having this free cocktail party, I was like, it's a food bowl thing. It's free. I'm going to go. And I went and I sat by myself. It took 45 minutes to get in the door because they were at capacity, and it seemed like a fun time. And the place looks really nice and everyone's having a good time. And I met some sake sommeliers, which is, I didn't know that was a
Cool.
thing. So I
Hmm.
learned about sake. Hopefully one of them come on. But I ordered a small food dish and I ordered a cocktail, and like 30 minutes go by, 45 minutes go by, and hours goes by. And I'm sitting by myself awkward at this party. And I ordered another cocktail. And after the hour, I was like, can I just grab my check? It's 11:30 and I ordered food an hour ago. And they couldn't find my check. They didn't know what I ordered. And I didn't get any apology. I didn't get anything. They just gave me my check with my two cocktails and like sent me on my way. And I'm
Oh
like,
man.
I'm sorry, single people. Like, this is what happens. I understand restaurants, like, they're going to focus on the big groups and the big checks, but like it sucks for us because we are neglected in a way, and I don't blame them because they're there to make money. But this was now my second Shibumi experience that I was like, damn it.
And your last.
Yeah,
Second
maybe
and your
my
last. And I'm
last.
fuck them. I'm not gonna go there. You mentioned great tips from that chef in her book, and I want to acknowledge a previous guest on our show, from Colorado. Well, he's from Oakland, but chef in Colorado, Chef Brother Luck. He's doing some really fun stuff on Instagram and I believe on TikTok as well, because they're same style videos. I'm not sure if he has a TikTok. Bear with me. I'm not as active on there,
Neither
but
am I. Yeah.
he's been doing some really cool like tips where he's training staff
Yeah.
and he's showing you how to cut a tomato,
Yep.
how to chop an onion, and they're really smart, really informative, and he does such a
But
great job in a short.
simple, like stuff you don't ask
Exactly.
about because you feel stupid asking. Like
Yeah, but
the
yeah,
grater. He has a
uh-huh.
grater one where how to use a grater properly.
He
I
holds it upside
always,
down.
yeah, I never
Yeah,
hold it upside down. I was always wondering like, how is this even like, and now I know
he makes
it's
perfect
really
sense.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because it
So
controls how much cheese is going on there. I was like, this
yeah.
is hello, smart move. So I want to give a shout out to Chef Brother Luck because that I don't know. I just I think he's doing a great job, and he's got a great book that just came out that Megan and I got copies of, and
No
he's
luck's
just a good
given.
dude. Yeah, good name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good name of some no lucks given.
And he's in
I
my
like that.
hometown. He's in Colorado Springs. So my parents are gonna go to his restaurant pretty soon. I'll have to give him a heads up. I sent a few people to his restaurant, so I hope he's happy.
Well,
They were happy.
advice for some of the single people out there. One thing that I think is really cool about LA, and obviously it's for non-single people too, duh, but is that it feels like every neighborhood, every little pocket of LA, you've got your spots with your really approachable happy hours where I know people work, they have different schedules, but if a lot of places in LA will even have happy hour on the weekends, and they'll start at either 4 or 5. So sure, some folks get out of work at 5, some folks get out of work a little bit later, or maybe even earlier, depending on what your schedule is. But it's really approachable. I mean, I hit up a couple of places yesterday, and I mean, you can get out the door with some food, a drink at least, and you're spending $20.
Yep.
That's
my
I don't
plan for
find
my
that
next
unreasonable.
vlog is the happy hours that I've found, because there's some that do like I mean, you wouldn't even expect it. Silver Lake Ramen, for instance, they have happy
Okay.
hour all day, every day. So you can get $4 beers all day. And then they have like gyoza, and they have edamame for like $3 and $5, and it's all day. And that's stuff you wouldn't expect.
Those will fill you up, man. Those gyoza, get a few of those in you, and you feel like you've at least gotten some food. It's not the full-on steak dinner, but it didn't break the bank, and you went out and you had a good time. And then the cool thing too is like if you go around that time, you meet people that it's a little bit quieter. You can actually meet people. So single people going out there, you're gonna meet people at the bar. Nice and quiet, I guess.
Because
You
Shibumi
hope.
was a little different. I like sat. I was like,
know,
what do I do with my hands?
There's potential to meet people, I guess.
Yeah, it depends on your mood.
Yeah. It's like yesterday I went to a place called Bar Maruno, which is in Silver Lake, a Spanish tapas kind of place, and they had a bunch of cool gin and tonics on the happy hour because it's a Spanish place. Gin and tonic is a big thing in Spain. They had like your pan con tomates, your little pinchos, so your skewers of cheese and this and that and ancho, all the little Spanish kind of tapas. And nothing was more than like $7 or $8. And the heavier stuff costs a little bit more, and that's fair. But versus what they cost on the regular menu, it was like a third of the price.
That's crazy. Speaking of Silver Lake, so I'm going to there's a Silver Lake block party, which is like a food tour, and I budgeted it in. It's one of the cheaper events. It's $70, but it's still like drinks and food. It's cool. A block party, and so you walk around all these restaurants and try stuff. But the big event is this weekend. It's I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a 3-day night market, and it's at Paramount Studios. Yeah. And it's expensive. It's like $185 per day, or you can spend like $420 and do all 3 days. But again, it's all you can drink, all you can eat, and all these chefs. It's theme nights with barbecue on Friday. On Saturday, it's international cuisine. On Sunday, it's a brunch on Paramount Studios, run by all these amazing chefs from LA. So if anyone wants to go, there's links everywhere on my stuff. But I check it out.
I think I went to it once a long time ago, and I mean, I like food events. Sometimes if it can be actually too much. It could be too much. I've been to events where I know a restaurant, and then I'll be to the event and I'll try whatever they have at the event, and it doesn't do justice to how good the restaurant is. It doesn't make me want to go to the restaurant, even though I've been there and I know how good the food is. So I think it's kind of hit or miss sometimes with those, and you can't get everything. That's also I mean, you can, I guess, but man, you're gonna try to do that for 3 days and see how you feel.
No way. Pick
it's gonna
one.
be a bitch.
I'm gonna pick one. thinking about the brunch on Fat Paramount on Sunday. Just thinking about it.
That's
Just
perfect because you have
maybe
the whole rest of
splurging.
your day to recover. But then how are you going to watch football? Are the Broncos off this Sunday?
That's the thing. No, I don't know. I'll have it on my phone. I'll have it on my phone.
By the way, I'm surprised you didn't call me in because you heard me screaming when the Dolphins
Oh,
scored
I
at the
know.
end
I
at that
know.
game. I must have woken up the entire city of Pasadena yelling at the TV when the Dolphins came back on the Ravens. So
Yeah,
uh,
dude. So I didn't play your quarter. He's my backup quarterback. Your
I
quarterback
played him.
is. I didn't
38
play him.
points on fantasy.
38 points. I played somebody, my main quarterback, and he got like 25, which is as much as my Tampa Bay defense got. It was so embarrassing. Fucking Miami. You're killing me, bro.
I know. LA people, by the way, in case you don't know, I am the new West Coast ambassador for Havana Club Rum. And the reason I'm just mentioning this is we're going to have a launch party for one of our new fun little rums. I'm a rum lover, in case you guys didn't know. And once that is out there, and if it's an open invite, which I think it is, I'm going to make sure that I let you guys know so you guys can come and try some rum. And then I'll make sure I shimmy Megan over there
Yeah.
so she can take some awkward pictures with people. It'll be fun. It'll be good. I can't tell you the great feedback that we've gotten about Gabe Orta's episode
Really?
last week. Yeah. The amount of people that just love Gabe's story.
After that, I need to address something, but yes, continue.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's it. Go address.
That's it. Gabe's story is great. You guys should listen to that. No, we got a weird review, and we appreciate any reviews. Trust us. We listen, we fix, we edit, we enjoy good ones. But we got a funny review about Crystal Denna's episode. And I want you guys to know something. It was not our choice to bleep out any of her content. She requested it after the episode was recorded because she was doing some sort of contract that she wasn't allowed to cuss in. So I don't think she got the contract. I don't know, I haven't spoken to her since, but I just want our fans to know that wasn't our choice. We don't like the bleeps. We don't like editing. We obviously don't do it anywhere else. So we apologize for that. If you want to skip that one, go ahead. Go ahead and skip it. It does get annoying.
Yeah,
but when we first initially recorded, it was really good because it was no bleeps. It was really funny, and the bleeps definitely make a
a couple of folks in my personal life were just like, dude, what the why is that episode bleeped? And
not our choice.
Not our choice. Not our choice, and it was more of a courtesy.
Yeah.
To bleep that out than anything else, because when you come on the show, we don't bleep anything out. But that was
and we try to respect our guests' wishes, but we've never had anyone ask for that ever again. So it's kind of against me. I'm like an ex-teacher, and I like to just be me, and I hate being edited. So again, when I read that review, it kind of was like, heartbreak. I'm sorry, people, not our choice. We apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, we will carry on and live.
We'll carry on. It's one episode. Ignore it.
I did go to a really great restaurant that I want to acknowledge because the food was so fire. I think it's called like City Marketplace. It's some area in downtown LA. There's a couple restaurants down there. One of them is Rosso Blu, which is a phenomenal Italian restaurant. And then across from Rosso Blu is a place called Dama, Dama. And I wanted to head down there because they got a lot of rum on the menu, and I really just wanted to explore their cocktail program, see what was up. Man, Megs, this place is so good. Like spectacular. I just went to the bar. I was gonna order just a bite, a cocktail, whatever. And I ordered a clam toast, which I was like, this sounds weird. I want to try it. So like thick Italian bread, like clams. I know.
I'm gonna hold back.
I didn't say it was a bearded clam toast. I just said it was a clam toast.
It was on you. I didn't say it.
Yeah, and so phenomenal. Then my usual litmus test. I ordered the octopus.
Yeah.
And it was tender, juicy. It was fucking fire.
Oh, good.
And then finally, I was like, you know what? I asked the bartender. I'm like, give me something funky on here that I'd be surprised by. And he goes, dude, order the chicken. And I'm like, what? He goes, bro, please just order the chicken. Girl, this chicken came out with a pile of fries the size of my laptop. And like, it was spectacular.
Oh, cool.
Holy shit.
You never think to order chicken on these menus.
It was so juicy, so good. It's in the top 3 chicken I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
It's like, it was, yeah. So anyway, I got to give them some love because that Dama in downtown LA, like adjacent to the Arts District, basically it's, tent city, and then like one block where you're not gonna get, you're like with valet. One block that has like
Tent
valet,
City.
and then the rest of the area is got some interesting night creatures.
No, that's what I call my new Goodwill. Is
Oh,
that area?
yeah?
Yeah,
What do you
because
call it?
they
Night
accept
creatures?
donations. It's my new Goodwill. All you got to do is drop your shit off on the corner and your shit's gone in 5 seconds. You don't have to have anyone telling you we're not taking donations at this time. And we only take donations 2 hours a day at our donation center, which is what we're known for. Sorry, Goodwill. I'm mad. I'm just like so frustrated with Goodwill right now. My video about Goodwill got like 60,000 hits total, and people were very like, my Goodwill takes donations, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, come to LA and try to go to a Goodwill and try to give them donations. Most of them do not, and then they only take it 2 hours a day, so you're not really a donation center. Let's be real, you're a selling center.
I'm not gonna lie, I have scored some phenomenal sneakers at Goodwill here in Pasadena. I went to go drop off some stuff. Well, dude, I went to go drop off some stuff, and I dropped off the stuff, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna email you like a 10 or 15% off coupon." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Maybe I'll go in there because I have found cool like vintage glassware and stuff for my bar. I found at Goodwill." And
we find a lot of background stuff for movies and for TV shows. We go to Goodwill first, always.
So I found 2 pairs of like $180 Nike running shoes that I love in my size, different colors, different styles, for $17 a piece with the tag still on them, brand new.
There you go. So, see, Goodwill, you can do good. Just start promoting that you're a fucking store and not a donation center in Los Angeles. Because I'm tired of going to Goodwills and being denied. When I volunteered at the food bank, I brought like 2 bags of clothes that I couldn't give to Goodwill. They wouldn't accept it. And we just put them out. The food bank stuff's out. And then they put 2 tables out of all my stuff. And it felt so good watching all these people come through and just grab all of my stuff. It felt like my stuff's going to something good. And that's the feeling you want when you're donating, not like go fuck yourself. But and then there was like 1 shirt left at the end of the day. And I was like, how ugly is this shirt that like no one wants it?
Well, it's like that scene from Coming to America when Eddie Murphy shows up in Queens and he puts his like luggage down and he turns around and the whole neighborhood comes through and like raids all of his like luggage.
I would do it too. If there's cute stuff out and it's free, like I would grab it too. So it made me feel good that I had cute things, except for that t-shirt, I guess.
Well, whatever. It was, I was
like, that was like one of my favorite t-shirts.
They can't all be winners.
I know. Damn it.
Did you wash that t-shirt? When you put it back?
Maybe
what was up with that t-shirt? That's the question. Did you wash the t-shirt? Megan, I'm so happy you jumped on and we got to chat a little bit today. And folks at home, so Megan, acknowledge Megan for pulling through, for feeling like shit, and actually staying home and resting.
Yeah. Yesterday you would have not heard me, my voice at all. Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you, that's a
hard
feat
to do
in itself. Yeah, that's hard to do. For Megan to turn down free booze and food is hard to do.
Really
for Megan to turn down booze and food, hard. Free booze and food,
super
practically
hard.
impossible. Yeah, I should have played the lottery.
Jesus is like, lose some weight, bitch.
So my lovely peoples, this is just a fun little episode here of Kill the Bottle that we wanted to put out there.
So you're not empty-handed tomorrow.
So you are not
today.
empty. Exactly. So you're not empty-handed tomorrow. We will be back next week with a fun guest. Please rate, review, even if you get pissed that we bleeped out an episode. Fuck it. Just give us a rating
feedback
of review. Yes, we do. We're trying to get this show much better. We need to keep Megan off the pole. So
we do. Oh, and we are going to go to a festival. We're going to do that live festival, the West Fest again. I think it's at the end of October. So that'll be a live show. So you guys can look forward to that. Those are always fun.
Yes.
And we're going to be at Tequila Fest Friday or Saturday. Saturday.
We are?
I think so. Yeah. We'll talk about it, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was about to tell him to fuck off. Okay, well then,
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
He doesn't know my name, but it's fine.
Whatever. They don't know any of our names. Kill Bottle Podcast, guys. Thank you so much. Support that show.